would you treat other people's children in a particular way where you wouldn't want anybody to treat your children, whether you have children or not? But why would you? Why? Today was prize giving, and I spoke with one or two of these parents because that was a great opportunity to kind of meet them and get an insight into their children's lives and so on. And some of the students that got prizes, they're really hard workers and they deserved it. I spoke with one particular parent, and she said that she asked her son to inform the teachers or to just advise them of his situation. He has very bad epilepsy. I'm not sure if it's epilepsy, but he has like fainting spells, and he has to take a lot of pills, and sometimes it comes on him without him even realizing. She said that on their way to the location, to the church, he almost had an episode, and he had to be saying, oh God, please don't let this embarrass me, please don't let this happen to me today. And that's one of the students that I took on to myself, and I said to him, I realize that you don't like to write, you don't like to read, you can read, but you have a little challenge with reading. However, this is going to hold you back, especially when you're going out into the working world. It's going to be a challenge for you, so might as well you address it from now. I said to him, instead of walking the corridors and doing all sorts of stuff in your free time, quote unquote, come to me and I'll bring some books and we can sit down and read and practice, because I know at home you may not want to do that. And he said yes. There are times when I would pass him and I said, are you practicing reading? And he's like, oh yes, Mrs. I'm going to come. Anyways, today I spoke with his mom, and she said a particular teacher called him dunce, and she wanted to go to the school to address the teacher, because how can you come and see her child who is having issues and call him dunce? And that's not nice. That's really not nice. I did not know of his situation, but I decided to help him because I said, I see where you have potential. If you cannot help, as educators, we have to be so careful what we do. We can destroy children, we can break them. I know of cases where people are traumatized to this day as adults because of what teachers said to them. Some persons excel and they said, I'm going to show this teacher that I could make it, because the teacher said I wasn't going to come on to anything. While some persons, it affected them so badly that they actually did not excel. And they're not blaming the teacher, but teachers have influence. Have you ever sat down and listened to a child and how they talk about their teacher? Teacher said this, teacher said that. And if you try to correct that child, no mommy, no daddy, no auntie, teacher said this is XYZ. You understand what I'm saying? So we have to be so careful. Why is it that even if you don't have any children, but should you have nephews, nieces and so on, or people who are affiliated with you, cousins, would you be comfortable with that person coming home to you to tell you that teacher said that they're dunce, or teacher said that they are not going to amount to anything? You know what I mean? You wouldn't want that. So what you want to reap, because what you sow is what you reap. I always say that's my mantra, right? What you want for yourself, you do it for somebody else. And the guy was so embarrassed when his mom was explaining to me. She said, don't tell the teacher, I tell her to tell the teachers, But he's one of those macho guys, and a lot of times when you see them behaving in that way and them have this attitude, and they're trying to hide something. It's either that they don't know how to do the work, or they're really soft but they're trying to keep bullies away and so on. And children can be, oh gosh, let me tell you, it's crazy. So my thing is, do the best you can. When you feel tired, you feel burnt out, leave it. When you feel like you can't do it, don't frustrate yourself and in turn hurt the children. Because a lot of times their brains are not fully developed. Actually, they are not until they're 25. So their behavior is really because of their immaturity. And how do we model the behavior that we want them to embrace and the behavior that we want them to emulate? Do we behave in a similar manner to them? I see teachers even addressing students the way that they address them. How are they going to learn? Miss, give me this. No. What should you say? Because they know these things, and but sometimes how they interact on a daily. And as I said, the socioeconomic background of the students of my school is very telling of their behavior, right? So that might not be the case for your particular school, but it could be a case where the students are pompous and they are, savage, or they're prideful, and so for you to teach them, you have to model the behavior. You can't say speak to each other kindly, yet when they shout, you're shouting at them and you're speaking to them in any manner and saying stuff to them that is unbecoming of a teacher. And I'm like, she shook my hand. She was so happy that I showed interest in her son, because to be honest, him can give talking, but as I said, there are many times there are underlying issues and circumstances that contributes to that. And we have to, of course, can be frustrating, can be overwhelming when you've got hundreds of students with similar issues that you have to address. But how do we deal with it? If you have to take a mental health day, take it. I mean, there are schools overseas I've heard of, I think it's in the UK, where they have mental health leave, vacation leave, yes. But we do have what you call a personal leave. So if you need to take a personal day to unwind, to come back to yourself, to get grounded, to reflect on why it is that you're doing this, or to just be away from the crowd, from the noise, to be away from the students, to be away from the classroom, do it. But I pray that I don't get to that point where I ill-treat other people's children, and I know I get it. People will say, oh, you're new in the business, you don't understand these children, you don't know them, and I give you 2 more years or whatever. No, it's a conscious decision that you make, because there are teachers who have been very, very beautiful and nice throughout their tenure as a teacher. You don't have to get bitter. As I said, if it's going to get to that point, maybe you need to try and get a new job, maybe in the same teaching field, but maybe a new school. Change of environment can really do something to you, because sometimes seeing the same people over and over, maybe you don't even like the people that you're seeing, that happens. Change your circumstances, and then that will positively change how you behave. Just be careful. Each and every day you have to deal with the nation's children, people's children. Just be careful, because you know what the thing is, a lot of times we get away with these things in Jamaica, but we want to go foreign go teach, and a lot of times we get away with these things in Jamaica, but when we go overseas we comply. Oh yes, let's more money, blah blah. That means you could have done it. I've seen and heard of Jamaican teachers who move overseas and they're like, I need to apologize to my Jamaican students because I thought they were terrible. Let's read between the lines. You know what I mean? Let's be educators. Let's keep it at this level where they can look up to us and not necessarily think that we are monsters, Anyways, I think I've said all that I need to say on that. It's been raining a lot. The rainy season is still upon us with global warming and all sorts of disturbances in the weather conditions. I don't know what's going to happen, but we're here trying to do our best, pushing through. We have a few more days to go until our break. Anyways, thank you for watching. I know my eyes look a bit crossed because the light is blinding me. I need to get me a ring light. I need to put more into my need to invest more into my craft. But until then, let me just keep making these videos. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.